Hello, my name is Veronica and welcome into the Learning Lab. And in today's lab, I'd like to share with you a die that I picked up from AliExpress. Come on in and we'll get started. So this one is the main die that I use that came from AliExpress. This was a Doris one and a couple that I got from Joann's, I believe. And this one I got at AC Moore, and if it's not their Doris, it's their Nicole brand. I just love that butterfly. And these were also a set of leaves that I picked up. But I want to stay focused on this main die because this was the main one that I used to create the cards that I want to share with you. And there are 6 pieces to this. I haven't gotten them onto a mat yet, but I did write on the bag that I have 6 pieces. This is the main background piece, and I use that to cut a solid shape out of it. Then next on top of that comes this one, and if you cut it with the other piece in the center, you end up getting a beautiful shape that looks like that. That has the center vacated on there. If you cut it with this in place, that gives you the cutout. And with that cutout, it'll leave you also with a large circle. Now, to get it like this, you would just simply cut using this because this is not a cut edge on here. So that's what will give you that lovely edge. And I cut quite a few of those in some different colors. And in order to get this one, I used the largest circle, that one in the center, and then this little one went in the center. And when it goes in the center, those little dots that are on there do not cut out. Those actually leave a trim on another image. Let's see. Actually, it wasn't that one. It was this one. So when you do that, that will give you that look. And I actually embossed that one, which brought out a lot of the detail. And I did not emboss this one, but that is the look there. And if you take this one and put it around this ring, that will give you this one. And I thought that was really, really cute, and that would look nice on there. Now, so let's put it all back together. So you start with this one. This goes on the inside. Then next comes your largest cutting ring. Then comes the next cutting ring. Then comes this one. And then this comes in the very center. And once that center is cut, it leaves you with a little disc that looks like that. Now, what these little ones on here cut into is what gives you the little indentations or the little dots. Let's see, you can probably see it better on this blue one. And there you can see the raised edge for those little blue dots that are going around in here. And that's what these little dots on here leave for you. Okay, pushing those to the side. Let's take a look at some of the other items that were used. And again, this butterfly from, it was either Doris or it's from Nicole, the new set. But this is what it cuts out. And let me tell you, they cut out like butter. Here is the one from where I cut the butterfly and some of the flowers. And it is just so clean around there where it cut it out. I mean, just gorgeous. But I just think having that butterfly layered on there is a really nice look. Then I used this little sprig, and this is definitely Doris. And this is what it cuts out. And I cut out quite a few of those, and I did all of them in white. Now this other one, I don't remember where I got it from, to be honest with you. But this is what it cuts out. And I did quite a few of those in white. And now this one, I do remember where I got it from, but I don't know the name. I got it at Joann's. And when I ordered it, I didn't realize it was going to be as tiny as it is. It's really small and really skinny, but it was a cute little bow, and they cut out like that. Let me back up. Now here's one that I forgot to show when I was showing the others, and that is where you get this piece cut into this by leaving the center in there. And to get that particular look, you would need this die and then this larger one to go on there. And that will give you that border around, but leave the inside there. Now I have to admit, when I was cutting with these, it was making me crazy. I started out using my grand caliber, and it died on me. I'll share that with you in another video, but it totally died. So I had to switch over to my We Are Memory Keepers Evolution with the motor attached, and it cut these out perfectly. Now one other set of dies that were used was this one. And because it's leaves, I didn't cut them apart. I'm gonna have to remember whose this is, and when I do, I will post it. And if there's somebody out there who remembers before me, let me know and I will post it. But I used that. I bought this die because of the wintry look, and I couldn't, once I started cutting them out for this, I wasn't that crazy about it, but decided to just go with it anyway. And here is what some of those look like. I actually end up liking this one a lot. So I cut a few of those. I had a hard time cutting this one. I think it's because it was on the edge. And that was that one. And this is that one that is cut out. So those are all the things that I used to create the cards that I'm about to share with you. So let me get this cleared off, and we're going to come in with the first card. So this first card is an A2 size top folding card, and I am going to put down my first layer, which is some of the blue metallic card that I put in the Provo Craft folder, and got this lovely background designed to cover the entire thing. And then on top of that, I am going to use this white piece and the one that borders it, and that's going to go here. And before I do that, I want to go ahead and put this underneath, which is one of the leaf cuts that I cut out. That's going to go down here kind of at an angle. And then on top of here, I'm going to now mimic that blue background with another metallic circle, the white one on top, and then anchor it with a bow. And down at the bottom, I cut out a word, and I think it was from a set from AliExpress, and I probably showed it in a previous haul, but it simply says hello. And there is the card done. Very quick and easy, and not a lot to it. So if you don't have a lot of supplies, this is a great option for you. I only use white card, and this card behind here is the Jot metallic card that you can get at Dollar Tree. You get 5 large sheets for $1. I'm going to get this card adhered all together, and we'll be back to look at card number 2. I also used some of the Fun Foam, and I cut out some of those circles using just the circle die from that set. So there is the base, and now I want to put on this final piece that I've popped up on foam, and that is going to sit right there. And that is card number 1. The second card is an A2 card, except this time it is a side opening note card. And on top of that, I'm still staying with that blue metallic Jot paper That's going to cover the entire front of the card. And I use the Cuttlebug Dots folder again. And this time I have a white layer on there as my mat. And I am going to put down some of those beautiful leaves from the Darice die. And they are simply going to cross each other like that. And then I am going to bring in this. And it's going to be there again in the center. And this time I have the other metallic center. And I'm going to bring in the butterfly. And what I've done to the butterfly is here I've already popped him up on a little bit of foam tape. And I'm letting him set with some glue. And then I took the base part and did the same thing. I just taped that down, and then this is going to be on here. And he's going to have some dimension so that he can pop up, and he is going to sit right here on the card. And all of those layers just look really yummy. So let's get card 2 put together, and I'll be back with the finished product. And there, my friends, is card number 2. So here I decided to put a little snippet of foam under their wings. There we go. Those are able to now stand up. And then on the bottom, I'm going to come in, cut out of that same blue metallic, and glue down with love on the bottom. I am using liquid glue on this, and because it is metallic, once I put it down, I really need to give it a chance to grab so that it can hold to the card. So it really needs pressure on it until it's had an opportunity to grab the paper. And this one's going to be a little tougher because my background is embossed and I have the leaves that it needs to make connection or contact with. I think everything is good. And now here is card number 2. Card number 3 is going to have a kind of a gray base, A2 size top folding. And on that, it's going to have a white layer that has been embossed. I'm using the really small, dainty punch, 3 of those, to go across the bottom. Then I have this piece, which is going to be popped up on a piece of foam for some dimension, and also looking through there will give you some depth. Then I have this circle that's in white, and in the very center is going to go this silver disc with my little ribbon off to the side, and it's very similar to the first one, except it is the white on white with silver. I decided not to do a silver metallic background going behind there. I just wanted that little disc to shine all on its own. So let's get card number 3 put together. And there's a lovely anniversary card, and that is card number 3. These are the components for card number 4. This time my base is in blue, and it is an A2 top folding note card. I have an embossed layer to go on top. And then this time I am using this piece without any backing to it, because the center is going to be this beautiful little silver one that didn't quite emboss the way it needed to. So I'm actually going to hide that a little bit. Then I have these lovely leaves that I cut out, and those are going to come underneath the bottom. I have another little bow that's going to come off to the side, and down at the bottom it is going to say congratulations. I'm going to go away and put this card together, and I'll come back to show you the finished results. I did decide to go ahead and pop back in and go ahead and film me putting some of this card together. I'll probably not talk so I can speed it up. And there is lovely card number 4. Love the white on white, love the dimension, and I like how the silver pops all on its own. On to card number 5. Card number 5 is pretty simple, has kind of that dark gray background, and an embossing folder that I use that you could actually put little Nuvo drops or pearls in there, but I've decided I'm not going to use any ink or accents or anything else aside from what I have, which is just like so not like me. And then just have some of these branches, leaves, whatever you want to call them, that are cut out. And this time I'm using the silver piece, and I am going to put some foam onto the back to make that stand up. And then I've already stamped to someone special on the disc, and that is going to go right there on the inside. And that is all there is to that card. Looking back, I decided not to use these. I thought they were a bit much. I could have cut them back to make them smaller, but instead I went ahead and went with this one. And what I did was I decided to go ahead and pop them up on foam dots. And so I'm just going to take these foam dots, adhere it onto here, put this down, and we're going to be done with card number 5. And there is a top note card opening, card number 5. We're on to our final card, which is card number 6. And I am going to simply put that together as I walk through the layers. So we are starting with another A2 size card, except it's like a top note one, but I'm going to turn it onto its side. And from there, I am putting down, I've already put the adhesive on the back, this Anna Griffin embossing. And then on top of there is going to go this. And I've already put a piece of foam on the back, and we're going to take it as far over as we can get it. Then I have that little ring that I cut out, and that's just going to sit right on top. This one is just going to go right here into the corner, and it's going to layer up onto that circle just a wee bit. Now I have my solid butterfly piece, and I have put it on 2 thicknesses of foam because this one is sitting up, and it's going to need to not only rest on here but also to sit up on the other side. Now I'm debating if I need 2 thicknesses of it. Let's take a look. I might be able to get away with 1. Let's see if I can take one of them off. And here I've just been using this little tear tape that you can pick up at Tuesday Morning when they have it in there. Just flip that extra tape backwards. And I think I can get away with one thickness of foam tape on there. Or butterfly going that way. And now on this one, I really wanted some height on there. So the wings that are going to be held up, I used some of the circle foam dots on that. And they're going to be higher than the body. And I think my glue that I put down for my body has dried. So let me put some more on there. I generally like it when it has had an opportunity to get a little tacky. Yeah, those circles really do let the wings stand up on here. And that, my darlings, I just took a little walk on the wild side with this color, and that is card number 6. Now, I have to admit that I did pull out these Nuvo drops to use to go on my butterfly, but I've decided, since I've not used any additional embellishments other than stamping on one of them, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to call it quits. So now it's time for a recap. And from this one die set that I picked up from AliExpress, I was able to make 6 cards. Let's take another look at them again. This card, again, it's a top folding A2 size note card, and just stunning with that jot metallic blue paper. You can pick that up from the Dollar Tree. This one is a side opening note card, A2 size. A beautiful Darice butterfly that I added to it. And these are some other AliExpress dies. And this one, when I went back to look at it, I wish that I had taken these flowers a little lower. I feel like it's a little bare down there, and I may go and add something additional. I know I said none of this, but maybe some flowers. And I love the anniversary going across the top. Gorgeous. And card number 4 is very simple. Top of the opening note card. I decided to put that on blue, and nothing has popped up. This card is very flat. So this is an excellent one for going through the mail. I love the congratulations in that metallic silver. And then card number 5. This is the only one on which I stamped. And this is actually a Fisker stamp. Top opening, I put that on gray, and I decide to pop everything up. So it's all very layered in there. It's not a flat card at all. And then my final card, I took a walk on the wild side, went into this turquoisey kind of color, and popped this up, and then popped up the butterfly. And again, this is a side opening A2 size note card. I have had an absolute blast sharing all the different variations that I did. Although they were very similar, each one can take on a different look depending on how you arrange it. I love this die set. It's very elegant, and I just couldn't wait to play with it and share with you some of the ideas that I came up with. And that, my friends, brings us to the end. I do have additional AliExpress dies that I do plan to share with you. So if you're not subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and hit the subscription button. And if you are subscribed, hit the notification button if you're so inclined, so that when I do upload one, you will be notified. As always, thank you for joining me in the lab. Please be sure to check out my blog at inkollusions.blogspot.com. Until then.